First?
It's up to you.
Yeah, go first.
Why don't you silence that?
Yeah, I'll silence that.
Yeah, and start over.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mr. Ian Teaches English. Today, again, I have my lovely wife with me.
Hi.
And we're going to be answering some more questions about life. The idea is simply to help you practice your English. So, let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, wait, first, if you have a question, put it in the comments. Or if you want to answer these questions, please do. Put your answers in the comments because I would love to hear more about you.
Am I going first?
Should you go first?
It's up to you.
Yeah, go first. All right, first question.
Okay, first question is, what is your favorite season and why? Feels like a very boring question.
It is a very boring question, but it was randomly selected
By
and we're
me.
going to use it. So my wife randomly selected a boring question.
Yes. So go. You're supposed to answer it.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So my favorite season is definitely fall, which in my opinion begins around September and goes through the end of December. And the reason I like it so much is for a multitude of reasons. Some of the holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, which is amazing. The weather is amazing. It begins to cool down here, and we have the beautiful leaves changing colors, and also football. All right.
Of course.
Football comes back on Sunday afternoons, and so I have a lot of fun watching that. I really enjoy those three things about fall. How about you?
My favorite season is spring.
Oh,
because,
lucky
yes,
you.
Yes,
It's spring now.
Right now. Because I love seeing all of the nature coming back to life, and it feels like refreshing and new. You can start again, and I like it. I like the temperature. I like it before the mosquitoes come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just think it's just a nice time of year. That's why.
How long does spring last where we live? It's a pretty short season here.
It's like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Well, it's like 3 weeks, and you might also get snow, but then it'll be like 90 degrees on one day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of all over the place. But for a small amount of time, it's very nice. And I like
Yes,
it a
for a
lot.
very small amount of time, it's very nice.
Yes.
Although the spring we had in 2020, right after the COVID lockdown,
That was excellent.
that was really nice. That was the
was-
best spring we've ever
We
had.
sat outside a lot
We
for
did.
dinner and everything. That was lovely. Yeah.
So things were going crazy, but that was a bright spot during that time. All right, next question.
Yes, your turn.
What are the good things about having siblings, and what are the bad things about having siblings? And who's your favorite sibling?
Okay. No. So I think that as an adult, my favorite thing about having a sibling is having a best friend. Me and my sister are really close, and we make each other laugh, and we have lots of shared memories. So we can oh no, I'm sorry, that was my phone. So we can do talking. What am I talking about?
We can do talking.
We can do talking. So we can talk about things together that we remember growing up, and good memories and bad memories. The bad thing about having a sister as a grown-up now is that she lives very far away, so I don't see her hardly ever.
That's not bad about having a sister.
What's bad about having family far away? And she's family.
Yeah.
The bad thing when I was a kid was she was super annoying
Ah.
and always wanted to be around me, and she always nicked my clothes. She always stole my clothes.
Right, yeah.
And actually, I feel like if I lived near her now, she still would be doing that.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
Were you looking at her
Yeah,
just
I was
then?
looking at her. I'm looking at you. Yeah, that's what I think. What about you?
Okay. Good things about having siblings. They're like friends in your back pocket. They're always there. You can't lose them. Even if you don't talk to them for years, they still have to be friends with you.
I don't think they have to be friends with you. They are
Yeah, they do.
still your sibling.
They're your family.
I guess so.
So, no, I do like that. I like having, and it's kind of different as a kid and as an adult. I have 3 siblings, and so as an adult, it's just nice for them to be there. It's nice to call them, to ask for advice. to see them living their lives and raising their kids and doing the things that they do. It's just nice. And knowing that there is always that special connection between us is just really important for me. The bad things about it, I don't think there's any bad things about having siblings as an adult, except all the Christmas presents. There's a lot of Christmas presents.
That's true. That you have to buy. You have to buy a lot of Christmas presents.
But then you also do receive more Christmas presents.
And one of your siblings is like the best gift giver of all time.
That's true. That's true. You know who you are.
Yes, you do.
Other than that, I don't think there's anything bad to having siblings as a grown-up. I think as a kid it was tough.
Yeah.
Because one of my siblings was really mean to me all the time. You know who you are.
Lies and deception.
No, she was horrible. She was really terrible.
No, she wasn't. She was nice, and you were horrible and terrible.
That doesn't sound right. But it's been really good as an adult because you continue to be friends, and your friendship changes into something really nice. So, as an adult, I really enjoy having siblings, and even as a kid too. It was good overall. I was glad I wasn't lonely.
I guess so.
I always had somebody there.
Okay, next question.
Go for it.
Do you think it is okay for people to cry when they get upset?
Yeah, it's okay to cry anytime. I cried, 2 nights ago? We were watching a movie?
Yeah.
I was crying.
Yeah, but you cry a lot.
That's true, and that's why it's okay.
So my opinion's a little different.
Well, we're not ready for your opinion yet. You asked me the question,
sorry.
did you not?
I thought you were done. You were like, yeah, it's all right.
No, perfectly all right to cry all the time. Tons of different emotions that are good for crying. We talked about this today in class. We talked about happy crying and sad crying and how it's useful all the time. Although, I did talk to a student who never happy cried.
Oh, okay.
Never. And I thought that was unusual. But she said it was just part of her culture. They don't really express happiness through crying where we do here in America. I guess English speakers.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right. It's your turn now. Yeah, go ahead.
So logically, I know that it's good to cry, and I know that it's okay to cry, and people should cry. I know that logically, but deep down, I really hate it. I really hate it. I hate crying personally. I don't like to cry in front of people. It's very rare that I cry in front of people. I also, this is gonna sound super harsh, but I'm just being honest, guys. It feels like a sign of weakness to me. If somebody else is crying, and if I'm crying, it feels like a sign of weakness. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I get it. I've gone through some things. Okay, guys. But that's why I thought this would be a good question, because your answer is so different from mine.
Yeah, it's so easy.
And we are so different, because
we are.
I very unwillingly cry.
Yeah.
And I will actually avoid it. Like, I will avoid watching certain TV shows or movies if I know they're gonna make me cry. It's a hard pass.
That's why it's difficult to get her to watch anime with me.
No, I like anime, but only when I already know the ending.
Yeah. Anime's so emotional.
Yeah.
Tell them the story about on our wedding day.
Oh my God.
So when we got married, there's a famous picture of my father and I, and we are just both crying. We were crying so hard.
And they had the exact same face.
Yeah.
The exact same face. It was like twins standing next to each other. So, as you know already, Ian is quite emotional. And on our wedding day, he was very emotional. And he was so emotional. Happy. He was very happy. Tears of joy. But, he was laughing so hard that I had to bite the inside of my mouth to stop myself from laughing, because he was just a hot mess, and it was hilarious. Okay, last question, Ian.
All right, here we go. If you could ask anyone for help, who would it be and why?
This ties in with the crying one for
me.
Another
vulnerable question.
It is. Ew. I don't like to be vulnerable. If I had to ask anyone for help, it would be my family. Probably my first go-to would be my sister, and then my second would be my parents. That would be family, but is that too obvious? Do I need to pick someone else?
Pick somebody other than family, because I think if you answer with anything except your family, it's like, she wouldn't ask her family. Yeah. So if you couldn't ask your family, who else would you ask for help?
I would ask my friend Bonnie because she is wonderful. Shout out to you, Bonnie. And she feels like part of the family. She comes over all the time. She is great in an emergency. I've had to call on her a couple of times. She's very level-headed, and she likes to bring snacks, which is great.
Yeah, always a plus, bringing snacks to the house.
What about you?
So mine, except for family, mine would be my men's group. And I have a couple of names, but I don't want to leave anybody out. There are some men that I meet with once a week, and we have all kinds of conversations about life and how to be good fathers and good parents and good husbands. And so these guys have always been there for me. Ever since I met them a couple of years ago, they've always been very willing and ready to help out whenever we needed something. I remember we had some water in the basement, and I just sent out a blast email to say, hey, can anybody help me with this? And 6 or 7 people showed up at the house in a couple hours to help out. And also, when we moved from our old house to here, there was, 20 people came to help us move?
It was very nice.
Mm-hmm. And just that type of community that is just ready to help out is something that, at least I think in America, a lot of people don't have. Well, maybe that's not true, but I didn't have it before, and I have it now, and I'm very, very thankful for it. So I think that's it.
Yes.
4 questions?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Like I said before, put your answers in the comments. We would love to read your opinions to these questions. Give suggestions for questions in the future. If you want your question to be featured here, let me know. As always, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your pets that I'm here.
Tell your kids, tell everyone.
Tell them all. Just go on your kid's computer and subscribe. Just do it. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody.